Okay, so let's see limiting error in combination of quantities. So let's say you have two measured quantities A and B, AM, BM. Their true values are AT and BT, and their limiting errors are del A, del B. Okay, so if you add these two quantities, let's say Zm, then what will happen? Zm will be AM plus BM. We are adding two quantities. Then what will happen to the limiting errors? That's what we want to see. So if you see here, Zm is equal to AM plus BM. If you plug the value of AM and BM, AT plus minus del A plus BT plus minus del B. Zm I can write it as Z plus minus del Z. This is measured value. Sorry, I should write T here. This is true value and the error. This is true value. Now if you will see, I took AT and BT together and del B, del A together. You can see this is the true value, AT plus BT. That is true value of ZT, true value of Z. So I can cancel these two terms. What I'll get is plus minus del Z is equal to plus minus del A plus minus del B. So you can see the errors are getting added if you add the two measured quantities. Okay, so that is what I want to show here. This plus minus is, it can be plus or minus, but that is how it will look like. It is as if like you can take plus minus common, del A plus del B will be the error. Okay, so that's how you can imagine. Similarly, if you subtract these two quantities, AB minus AM minus BM, what you will get? Zm equal to AM minus BM. This will be ZT plus minus del Z, AT plus minus del A minus BT plus minus del B. This minus will not affect the plus minus. Okay, it will affect, but it will look same only. Okay, that is why. So I take BT and AT together and del A del B together. What I got is AT minus BT is true value of Z. In this the true value is ZT is AT minus BT. Here ZT was AT plus BT. So true value, that is true value. So I can cancel these two terms. What you will get is plus minus del Z is equal to plus minus del A plus minus del B. If you can see, this is plus minus del A plus del B. Okay, plus minus del A plus del B. So that's how you can think. So the note point is, what you can conclude from this is, either you add or subtract the two measured quantities, their errors will always add up. Okay, so if you want to see the error, limiting error of sum of these two quantities, that will be del A plus del B plus minus. Okay, similarly if you want to see the limiting error of AM minus BM, that will be del A plus del B plus minus. Okay, it's not like their errors will subtract here and errors will add to here. In both the cases the errors will add up. Okay, so this is the note point what we can conclude. Now we will see for product and division. Now let's see the case of division and multiplication. So if you have a division like this, so Zm will be AM divided by BM. If you plug the values, this will be ZT plus minus del Z, and this will be AT plus minus del A, and since it is in division BM, it will come up with inverse sign, that is BT plus minus del B. Okay, now ZT plus minus del Z equal to, you take common AT and BT from here, so AT will be common here and it will be 1 plus minus del A divided by AT. Now here, since because of inverse, when you take BT common, BT will come in down here and this will become 1 plus minus del B divided by BT. Okay, an inverse sign will be there. Now you divide the whole equation by ZT. So this will be 1 plus minus del Z divided by ZT. Now true value of ZT is nothing but AT divided by BT. true value of A divided by true value of B. So this will get cancelled and the remaining term will be as it is. Okay. Now you can see I have not drawn the inverse. Okay. So inverse sign will come inside because of binomial expansion, and it will change it to minus plus, which is same as plus minus. Okay. So here I have applied the binomial expansion. Inverse is consumed here inside the plus one. Okay, inside the bracket. So now you have this equation. So this will become 1 plus minus del z divided by zt equal to, you open the brackets, 1 plus minus del b divided by bt plus minus del a divided by at plus minus del a del b divided by at bt. Now if you will see, del a and del b will be very small quantities. Del a is very small, del b is very small, so the product of them will be very small, and division with at and bt, which is very high values, will make it even more small. So you can say this value will be nearly equal to 0, so you can omit it. So what you will get is del z upon zt plus minus del z upon zt equal to plus minus del a upon at plus minus del b upon bt. Now unlike previous case, here we have terms in relative error. Okay, previously we had in terms of limiting error. So this is your relative error, not in percentage. Plus minus del a divided by at plus minus del b divided by bt. These are the true values, these are the errors. Okay, so this is relative error, and if you want to get in percentage, you multiply with the 100 both the sides, you will get it in percentage. And if you want to calculate the limiting error, you multiply both the sides with del zt, so that you will get plus minus del z, equation in plus minus del z. Okay, so I hope you got the essence. Now let's see the example of multiplication. So Zm is equal to Am Bm. The Zm will be Zt plus minus del z equal to At plus minus del A into Bt plus minus del B. If you open the brackets, you will get At Bt plus minus At del B plus minus Bt del A plus minus del A del B. If you divide the both the sides with Zt, you will have 1 plus minus del z divided by zt equal to 1 plus minus at del b divided by at bt plus minus bt del a divided by at bt plus minus del a del b divided by at bt. Now you can see that this at will get cancelled, bt will be cancelled with this bt. Here again the same thing will happen what was happening here, so we can omit this. It will be nearly equal to 0. This 1 will be cancelled with this one. Here also this 1 was cancelled with 1. So we will get, this will be plus minus del z upon zt equal to plus minus del a upon at plus minus del b upon bt, which is same as this. This is the relative error. Okay, since it is del z upon true value. And if you want to get the equation in percentage, then multiply 100 with both the sides and you will get it in percentage. And if you want to get limiting error, then multiply both the side with zt, so that the expression will be in terms of plus minus del z, which is our limiting error. Okay, so you can see either what you can note from this, if you divide or multiply the two measured quantities, their errors will have same effect, especially relative error. That will be the relative errors of the sum of these two quantities, measured quantities. Okay, so you can see they are same. Okay, now let's see the power case. Let's say you have Zm equal to Am square, this Am square, then Zt plus minus del Z is equal to At plus minus del A whole square it will be. Separate the terms, At plus minus del A into At plus minus del A. Open the squares, At square plus minus At del A plus minus At del A plus minus del A square. Okay, this will be Zt plus minus del A equal to Zt plus minus del A. Now if you divide both the sides with Zt, what you will get is 1 plus minus del Z divided by Zt equal to 1, since your Zt is At square, true value square, because of this. Okay, so this will be 1 plus minus At del A divided by At square plus minus At del A divided by At square plus minus del A square divided by At square. Now again this term will be very small, that is why it's 0. This one will get cancelled with this one. So what you will get is plus minus del z divided by zt equal to plus minus 2 del a divided by 80. 80 will cancel, 80 will cancel, they both are same. So you will get plus minus 2 del a divided by 80. This is what you are getting for this square. Okay. Now you can generalize this, and if you have Zm is equal to Am to the power n, then you will have del z divided by z plus minus del z divided by z t equal to plus minus n del a divided by this is 80. Okay, so you can see this is relative error. So whatever the power was there will come in front, and relative error will be whatever the error before. So it will just multiply with the value of n. So just to summarize what we have done, multiplication, division and power and all. So if you have z is equal to a to the power p, b to the power q divided by c to the power r into k, where k is a constant, then your relative error will be plus minus del z divided by z is equal to plus minus p, p will come in front, del a divided by a, plus minus q del b divided by b, plus minus r del c divided by c. The constant will not have any effect on the relative error, okay, or in the limiting error. This is one thing you should remember, okay. Nothing will change. Only the terms which are having power and which are variable, those are the only terms you have to consider. Now if you want, this is your relative error. If you want to calculate in percentage R is equal to plus minus del z divided by z into 100 is equal to plus minus p del a divided by a into 100 plus minus q del b divided by b into 100 plus minus r del c divided by c into 100, where b, c, a, z are true value, okay, and del a, del b, del c are limiting values, okay. Here also it is limiting, and del a by del a is relative, del b by b is relative, del c by c is relative, del z by z is relative. If you multiply 100, it becomes in percentage, okay. So what you see is, whenever you see R resistance is equal to 100 plus minus 10% ohm, then it means is this is your what, del R divided by R into 100, which is this term, okay. So if it is given in percentage, that is what it means. If it is not given in percentage, this is what it will mean, okay. If it is given in this way, then this is relative error, sorry, not relative error, absolute error, that is del R. So if not given in percentage, means this is given as limiting error. If given in percentage, it is given as relative error, okay. So I hope you got a feel how to calculate the limiting error and the relative error. Okay, let's see an example on this. The value of an unknown resistor is calculated by using Wheatstone bridge, as R4 is equal to R2 R3 divided by R1, where R1 is 100 ohm plus minus 0.5%, R2 is 1000 ohm plus minus 0.5%, R3 is 842 ohm plus minus 0.5%. You have to calculate the value of unknown resistance using this formula and the limiting error involved in its measurement, both in ohms and in percentage, okay. In ohms means it's asking for limiting error, and in percentage it means it is asking for relative limiting error, okay. And you have to find the value of R4, exact value, and its error as well, okay. Okay, let's see the solution. So directly you can calculate the value of unknown resistance. You don't require the error value. Just like the true values, that is 100, R1 is your 100, R2 is 1000, R3 is 842. So if you plug the value, you will get the true value of R4, that is 1000 into 840 divided by 100, 8420 ohm. This is your true value. Now you have to calculate the error, okay. So just we have saw in the summary part that whether it is multiply or divide, it will always add relative error. So plus minus del R4 divided by R4 plus is equal to plus minus del R2 divided by R2 plus minus del R3 divided by R3 plus minus del R1 divided by R1. It is in denominator. It will not be subtracting. It will always be adding. Okay, that is the reason we saw all the proof. So if you, since it is given in percentage, you multiply with the 100 both the sides. So into 100 here, and if you multiply with 100 here, so this is what you have given 0.5. So I have written del R2 divided by R2 into 100 is given as 0.5. So I took 0.5. Similarly for this guy we have 0.5. For this guy you have 0.5. Plus minus I have taken common. Hence all are adding here. Okay. So the total you will get is plus minus 1.5%, and that is your answer in percentage. Okay, del R4 divided by R4 into 100. This is percentage relative error of R4. Okay, now you need the limiting error. So you want to calculate the value of plus minus delta R4. So you multiply R4 here and divide with 100. So that's what I did here. R4 you have 8420 ohm. 1.5 divided by 100. Okay, so if you plug the values, you will get plus minus 126.3 ohm. That is your del R4. Okay, so this is your error in ohm. This is your error in percentage. And how you will write the answer? Your R4 will be 8420 ohms plus minus 126.3 ohm. Either you write like this, or either you write like plus minus 1.5%. Okay, anyway, so both will be the answers. So that is why I asked, one is in ohm and one will be in percentage. Okay, okay, let's see next question. A current of 2 plus minus 0.5% ampere passes through a resistor of 100 ohm plus minus 0.2%. The limiting error in the computation of power will be. Okay, so the current is, I should write like this, 2 ampere plus minus 0.5%. Okay, the current is given, your resistance is given, then you have to find the limiting error of in the computation of power will be in percentage as well as in ohm. Okay, sorry, watt. It's power. Okay, let's look at the solution. So we have the power across the resistor can be written as I square R. So if you plug the value directly, the true values, you will get true power, that is I square R, that is 2 square into 100, which will be 4 into 100, that is 400 watt. That is your true power. Now you have to calculate the error. So first we will calculate the relative error. Okay, so we know that the expression is like this. So plus minus del P divided by P is equal to plus minus 2 into del I divided by I, because the power is 2, and plus minus del R by R. Okay, if you multiply with 100 both the side, you will get in percentage plus minus del P divided by P into 100 is equal to plus minus 2 into del I divided by I into 100 plus minus del R divided by R into 100. This is your relative error for power is equal to plus minus I have taken common. So you will have 2 into this term is given as 0.5, del I by I into 100 is given as 0.5 since it is in percentage, and del R by R into 100 is given as 0.2. So 0.2. So 2 into 0.5, that is 1, plus 0.2, that is 1.2%. That is, this is your relative error in percentage. Now you want the absolute error. Then what you will do? You just multiply with P and divide by 100 here. So you will get plus minus del P is equal to 1.2 into P divided by 100, where P is your true power, 400. You multiply, you get 4.8 watt. So your power will be true value 400 watt plus minus 1.2%, or you can write in terms of watt, that is 400 plus minus 4.8 watt. Okay, so in terms of limiting error, in terms of relative error, we have expressed the power. Okay, so this will be your answer.